Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about the one simple thing that is the key to manifesting everything that you want. Note that I said simple, but not easy. Doing this requires practice and mastery. But the thing that you need to do is actually really simple. Forget all the visualizing and the sats and getting into the right state and repeating affirmations 100 times a day. All that is required is so much simpler than that. And here's what it is. It's what you're trusting in. That's it. Are you trusting in the facts of this world? In what your eyes are seeing? In what your physical senses are telling you? Or are you trusting in the one that is creating all of that? That is it. That really is all there is to it. That's what all of this manifestation business boils down to. If you feel that it is the things of this world that matter the most, then no amount of doing techniques is going to make anything budge. But if you know that there's an infinitely loving power that is creating all of those things, and that this power is on your side and has your back in every single moment, well, then you're invincible. When you know this, nothing can stop you. And nothing can get in your way because you're now aligned with the power that's creating everything. So how do you shift away from trusting the things of this world the most and move towards trusting the infinite power that is creating those things? Well, it all comes from awareness. And to explain this, I like to use the analogy of a video game. Imagine you've decided to play a video game and it's one of those very sophisticated video games. It's a virtual reality one. So you put a virtual reality headset on and you start the game. And now all you can see and hear is what the headset is showing you and making you hear. Now while you're playing this game and you're seeing all these monsters running around or people shooting at you or whatever is going on in the game, if you're engaged in the game, you're going to be moving about, avoiding any attacks, going after the things that you want to achieve in the game, and so on. But the whole time you're doing this, you have the awareness that while there's a you that's within the game, that's interacting with the things in the game, there's also a you outside of the game, the one that's wearing the headset. And the one that is wearing the headset also has full control of the game. It has access to all the controls. It can change any settings it wants. It can make the game easier or more challenging. It can decide what the terrain looks like. It can decide whether to allow evil monsters to appear or whether to make it a more calm and tranquil experience. And it can even stop the game and choose a completely different one if it wants to. And this is very similar to what's happening with this game called life. You, as this bigger part of yourself, chose to come and have this experience called being a human living on planet Earth. That's what happened. That is how you came to be here. You metaphorically chose to put the headset on and press the button and said, place me on this planet and make me experience myself as being a human who lives on this planet. Now, the big, massive difference between when us humans play a video game and when the one source chooses to play a game of being this human called Alison is that this particular game is extremely immersive and realistic beyond any game that us humans have managed to create so far. So much so that it has completely wiped your memory. You have no recollection of metaphorically having put that headset on. You absolutely don't remember at all making the choice to come here. It feels like this world is all there is, and there's nothing beyond it. It feels like all I am is this little human running around in this world and being at the mercy of whatever conditions and situations are happening around me. But what these teachings are all about is making you become aware that this is just a game that you're choosing to play, an experience that you're choosing to have, and that there's a bigger part of you outside of all this that is sitting there with its headset on, watching your every move and holding the controller to put things in place for you. So this is why when we talk about spirituality, we say that it's about waking up, about enlightenment. This is what that means. It's about realizing that there's so much more to you and so much more that is available to you than this particular situation that you're experiencing right now. And coming back to what I said at the start of this video, the more you become aware of the true nature of this world, and the more you understand what is really going on and how all of this is working, then the easier it becomes to put your trust in the right place and to truly know that there's this infinite power that absolutely can be trusted to put things in place for you and to bring about the things that you want, because that is exactly how this whole setup has been designed. And when you get that this is what's going on, then of course it makes more sense to trust the thing that is projecting out the game world, as opposed to all the things that only exist within the world. So it really is all about letting the magnitude of all this really sink in. It's about allowing yourself to really become aware that you have that metaphorical headset on, and that everything you're experiencing is being experienced this way because you've got this very realistic mechanism that is making you experience these things and making them feel very real. Now, I want to go into some questions that sometimes come up when I explain these things. And what people tend to ask is, does that mean that this is all just an illusion, that it's all fake? Doesn't that just make the whole thing pointless? What's the point of anything if none of it is real? And my answer to this, the way I see it, is again very similar to when we choose to play a game. When we play a game, the game is actually real. It's not fake. You're playing an actual game. You just have the awareness that everything that is happening only exists in the game world. It's not that it's fake and doesn't exist. It does exist, but it exists and matters only within the context of the game. And from the point of view of the you that is on the outside choosing to play, you're getting to have that experience. You're getting to enjoy that game. It's a fun and interesting thing to do. And that's why you choose to do it. And for me, I see this life as a similar thing. I see it as the bigger me, the source who has everything and is everything and knows everything, choosing to play a fun game of giving itself the illusion of not having everything. So it can have that experience of going through challenges and overcoming them and achieving what it wants. And the illusion of not being everything, so that it can have the experience of something that is seemingly not it, something that is other than it, that has different desires and different points of view, and working out how to find common ground with that seeming other. And the illusion of not knowing everything, so that it can experience discovery and surprise, and not knowing when and how things are going to happen, and then getting to find out how things happen. So when you're seeing things like this, when you're understanding that this is what's going on, your life takes on a very different quality. When you have this awareness, you no longer feel at the mercy of what's going on in this world. You start to see it all as an adventure that you're creating for yourself. And when you begin to see life this way, everything changes. You stop needing to control every little thing. You stop needing to force outcomes. You stop panicking when things don't go the way your human self expected, because now you understand that there's a deeper intelligence behind it all. There's a bigger part of you orchestrating everything for your highest joy, your highest growth, your highest expansion, even when it doesn't look that way on the surface. You start to become curious instead of fearful. You start asking different questions. Instead of, why is this happening to me? You start wondering, what what did I come here to experience through this? Or what is the higher part of me setting up here for my benefit? That simple shift in perspective is everything. It takes you out of victim mode and brings you into creator mode. And the incredible thing is, once you start trusting this higher part of yourself, really trusting it, your entire relationship with reality shifts. You begin to relax, you begin to let go. And things that used to feel like such a struggle now start to unfold naturally, with ease. You stop being the one trying to build the entire house by hand, brick by brick, and instead you become the one who simply chooses the design and lets the universal architect take care of the construction. Because again, it's not about doing more, it's about trusting more. It's not about forcing clarity or demanding signs or obsessively trying to get into the state. It's about letting go of the idea that you as the human have to figure anything out. That's not your job. Your only job is to remember who you are and to trust the one who's holding the controller. So when you find yourself worried or confused or frustrated that something isn't happening fast enough or happening the way you thought it should, just pause. Remind yourself of what's really going on. Remind yourself of who you really are. You're the one with the headset on. You're the one choosing to have this experience. And the more you trust the power behind the game, and the more you let go and stop clinging to the little pieces inside the game, the more the game bends and responds to you. Because everything in this world is a reflection of what you're trusting in. So if you're trusting in fear, in lack, in limitation, the game will mirror that back. It will show you things that reinforce those beliefs. But if you're trusting in your higher self, in God, in the loving intelligence that's creating everything, then the game will reflect that. It will begin to show you more ease, more synchronicity, more support, more delight. And things will begin to line up in ways you could never have orchestrated yourself. You'll find yourself in the right place at the right time. You'll meet the right people. Doors will open. Resources will appear. And it won't be because you did all the right manifestation techniques. It will be because you trusted. You trusted the one who's behind the curtain, the one who sees the whole map, the one who loves you so completely that it's literally impossible for it to lead you anywhere other than exactly where you need to go. So just to bring it all back to where we started, manifestation isn't about effort. It's not about doing more. It's not about obsessively trying to fix things from within the game. It's about knowing who's behind the game. It's about putting your trust in the one who's wearing the headset, not in the things that exist inside the world. And the more you do that, the more effortless this becomes. The more miraculous it all starts to feel. Not because life is suddenly perfect, but because now you know who you are. And that knowing changes everything. So take a deep breath, relax, let go of the need to control, and just trust the deeper intelligence that you are. It's already guiding everything, you just have to let it. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please like, subscribe, or share it with someone who needs to hear it. And as always, remember, you are not alone in this. You're being guided every single step of the way. Lots of love to all of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.